Good morning, this is Mila with the Daily Report from the Eatglobe newsroom in Varna. Let's start with the news for today. Our first news brings us to the US. Where can you get the best apples in town? Not always where you'd expect. A recent study conducted by the Wellesley College with the support of the League of Urban Canners found that fruits growing in Boston's urban areas are safe for human consumption and contain relatively low amounts of lead and arsenic. The research was conducted as a response to high levels of lead found in the blood of one of the League's members, which raised concerns if eating food growing in urban areas is the cause of this anomaly. After testing a sample of 166 apples, peaches, cherries, and other fruits and herbs from oat farms, urban parks, and residential areas, the scientists found that not only was the amount of lead insignificant, but also the fruits were richer in nutrients such as calcium, iron, and zinc than their non-foraged counterparts. These findings, however, do not necessarily apply to all urban produce grown in the USA because local conditions and levels of pollution vary, but they do give better insights into sustainable urban farming. Now to our second news. Brazil is still coping with the destruction and contamination caused by the unfortunate dam breach in the southwestern Brazilian city of Mariana, which unleashed a fatal landslide and nearly wiped out the entire village of Bento Rodrigues on the 5th of November. Last Tuesday, officials from Samarco, the mining company in ownership of the dam, admitted that two more dams close to the first one are at risk of bursting and undergoing repairs. Conclusions show that the fatal dam burst in the beginning of November was caused by negligence and human error. Moreover, possible erosion and destabilization in the construction had already been pointed out in reports from 2 years ago. The mud wave caused the death of at least 7 people, with 4 bodies still awaiting identification and 12 more missing. More than 600 people from the worst affected village, Bento Rodrigues, lost their homes. The contamination of the Rio Doce River that the dam break caused has left 500,000 residents from 2 Brazilian states with dry water taps and devastated the area's aquatic life. Samarco, which is jointly owned by mining giants Vale of Brazil and BHP Billiton of Australia, has already signed a deal with the state and federal public prosecutors to pay €246 million in damages. According to a local lawmaker, the accident caused an estimated €2.4 to €3.4 billion in damages. However, as the government is still in emergency response phase, trying to contain the water, meet the needs of the homeless, and identify victims, and the mud is still in motion, an official final damage assessment is yet to come. And finally, world's first almost entirely evergreen vertical forests, designed by the Italian architect Stefano Biori and his team, should rise in Lausanne city, Switzerland, by the end of 2017. The 36-story building will be planted with 100 cedar trees, 6,000 shrubs, and 18,000 plants. 3 types of cedar trees, which are a real natural monument because of their great adaptability to extreme climate conditions and ability to live more than 2,500 years, will turn the building into a landmark. But more importantly, they will have great ecological contribution due to their ability to fix fine dust, absorb carbon dioxide, and produce oxygen. The Cedar Trees Tower, as is the name of the project, will be about 117 meters high and will consist of private residences as well as office spaces. Moreover, a rooftop restaurant will provide a panoramic view of Lake Geneva. The vertical forest concept aims to reforest large urban and metropolitan areas and regenerate the biodiversity existing within their borders. 2 similar towers have already been completed in Milan, Italy. Now, it's time for Lausanne to sprout. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to find out more, please visit eatglobe.com.